Hello everybody and welcome back to Lone Oak Farm. As you can see, we have only made $53,000. Yes, only $53,000 in one day, which is actually really bad. So obviously something has gone wrong here. I must have neglected them in some way. Let's just take a look here and find out. I did say I was going to do the water, didn't I? I obviously didn't do it in the previous episode. Great. Well, luckily, we're not running seasons, so they're not going to die. But yeah, the productivity just massively decreases. Sick of seeing that needs sorting out. So yeah, first things first, let's grab a tractor and we'll do that and then take the Bowser over to the sheep and to the cows. Here is the Fenn tractor. I've just got the ground modification roller on the front. This was from the previous episode, so I need to put it down somewhere. Before I do put it down, let's just turn the remove grass option off and set it to original ground so it doesn't actually change the texture. Otherwise it's going to be very messy. There we go. Under these trees seems to be a good place for the implements. So, yep, there we go. Good. It does take away the long grass, but it still remains the original foliage and texture underneath. So that is not a problem. Okay, so, yeah, let's just sort out that fertilizer spreader. Like I said in the previous episode, I just don't know why it hasn't crashed the game. I'm not asking for it to crash the game, I would hate it to, but yeah, you would have thought something like this would do. I explained in episode 32 that, yeah, basically the John Deere tractor went through here and it crashed it, so how that isn't doing, I don't know. I don't know, maybe it's just, it might be the wrong place for it. I won't put it back in there, because clearly one of the triggers is making it open. So we should really put it in a different place. If there is a bay over here in this shed, then we'll put it in there, but if there isn't, then we're going to have to put it in our brand new shed, which is likely going to appear in the next episode. I suppose if we get on with it today, we might be able to get it erected today, but yeah, you never know. We do need to put a shed up. Hopefully it will be before episode 35. Right, okay, so that's that done. Here is the water tanker just over here. Thing is, it's not just the water they need everything. So I think if I was to give them a great deal of ingredients, or ingredients, is that the right word for it? A great deal of feed, yeah, I'd have to time-lapse it because it would take so long because we have so many cows. This has 11,000 litres in it. I will give the cows this water because it's something to be getting on with, and also it means that we'll be able to give them more in the end. Looks like we've got a bit of a mess here. That could really do with moving. I'll just position it out of the way. There's always a cow which has to come and walk through it whenever I move it. Although to be fair, the cow was there first. It really is a good thing there are no collisions on these cows, because we would have injured quite a few. Moving this just 10 yards. Right, I think that is all the way down, so that should be okay there. Yep. Okay, and yeah, the water tanker, just bring it in. And then we'll fill it up from the lake, which is over at fill number 18. We actually do own the lake. It's something we own, which is good. Look at this congestion. We've made it. So there you go, 11,000 litres. It's not going to get it very far, the fill level, but it is still something at least while we go and fill it up. So, although you won't actually see the exact figure of milk which is being produced, it will be higher than it would be if we had left it. So if we had given it another hour or so, I'm pretty sure the amount of milk produced would have been less. Right. So over to the pond, or the reservoir, whatever you want to call it. We'll fill it up to the top, we'll take it over to the cows, then we'll go back over to the pond. Actually, there is one over there, isn't there? There is a pond over there. Although we don't technically own it, so this is probably still the better approach. Yeah, so we'll go back here again afterwards and then go over to the sheep and give them their water too. Although actually, yeah, the other pond is en route to the sheep because we've made the new cut through. So yes, we'll do that. I really don't need to be out here at all, but it is nice to have a bit of change of scenery. as we're here, I might as well go here. Sorry, just taking evasive action now. I thought I'd gone the wrong way. Sudden movements. Yes, I made the mistake the first time of filling it up just there. It turns out to be a much steeper bank just there. This bit here is much shallower. So we'll just get it into the trigger and refill. There we go. Whilst that is filling up, I better get this moving. I was going to do this today anyway. It's just thinking about it, why would I wait when I could have this on a worker doing the work? So yeah, as a variety of different people in the comment section have said, I could just very simply set the option as refilled directly from the slurry pit, even if you're in the field, so it sort of teleports the slurry to the machine. It's a brilliant idea, and I would do it, but I've gone to this length, and I think it's better to do it this way now. It would seem a bit strange to pack it up. How do we refill? There we go. I think I was always in the trigger. I was looking for the refill icon, but yeah, it was always there, so it shouldn't be too difficult in future. So once this is full, I would just put it straight back onto a worker. We'll have to refill it, but yeah, it's not a problem. Although what I could do, I suppose, is I could put it onto that option of refill directly from the slurry pit, and then as soon as we come back here, we could do it ourselves and, you know, take it from the container here. That would also save quite a few shuttle runs to and from the yard. Right, so back on course, and here we go. Taking it directly from the yard. But we're going to use everything which is here. Hopefully we'll have time to do some ourselves, because I don't want to have a worker doing everything, because that's boring. We want to do something. So anyway, yeah, back to the water tanker. It's full. Let's see 460 horsepower pull it out of the pond. Easy. Dead easy. Right, we're coming cows. We need to give you water desperately. And the sheep even more desperately. The cows take a lot of water. It must just be because there are so many. Come on! Come on! It's not going to be an express delivery if you don't move. Oh no, there's one on the inside as well, cutting me up. Blimey. Nothing like a bit of cow rage. Right, there you go. I'll finish that off. So yeah, let's just see here. This fill bar is going to be green. I said it's going to be green. There we go. Let's make sure we get the colour change. And yeah, finally over to the sheep using our brand new entrance. I think we... you can probably get out of here this way, but the gateway seems to be very narrow, so I won't risk it. I'll have to make sure we actually shut the gate as well. This one here seems to be the main gate. Good. Okay. Time to go somewhere I haven't been very often. The cross-country route over to the sheep farm. We don't really need beacons on at this stage, although there is a bit of road work to do. This is the field we need to buy, because obviously at the moment we're driving through somebody else's field, which isn't ideal. There is the pond, which I was hoping to fill up from, but looking at it, it's got very steep banks to it, although we really do need to fill up. So that's going to be a challenge. It looks alright just there. It's still fairly steep, but we have the power to pull it out, unlike the case tracks when I got very badly stuck. It's not ideal though, although there does seem to be a bit of a ledge just here. It's sitting on a ledge before it goes plop. Ooh! Underwater analysis. So yep, we need to give the sheep some hay, or grass, and the cows need to have some straw, grass, silage and power food. So basically, they want everything. We're full, let's go. Let's go and find the entrance to our brand new road. This is the other field we need to buy, because at the moment we're driving through this neighbour's field as well, which isn't really a problem, because we're not damaging it, but it just doesn't feel right. We also need to have a bit of a tidy up session here. In fact, the telehandler can come home with us, because we need to go over to the sheep farm, and that's going to be required for moving the bales. Because we now have the brand new fork, or spike, yeah, we have a fork here. A brand new bale spike, which is going to be very useful for giving them the grass bales. So here you go, this used to be a forest, in the previous episode at least it was. Totally changed, put a track through. Thank you to the fantastic response as well to everybody who discussed that episode. So some people said that the reason why you couldn't use the Scorpion King on certain trees is because of the shape. You can't feed it through the head of the Scorpion King, because they are obviously like a massively deformed shape. They're not perfectly straight. So yeah, it's certainly for a certain type of tree. And that is where that got to, so that can come back with us as well. We can have a really good tidy up. As we travel around the map, we find all of the things I've just left. So that's a really good opportunity to tidy up. It reminds me of something. Is it the Wizard of Oz? I think it is. Where through your travels you pick up something else. It's not the Tin Man or the Scarecrow. Have I got the right film here? Or book or whatever? I hope so. I think I have. The only thing we could be missing is the yellow brick road, which we're certainly not following. So yeah, there you go. So the truck is going to have to leave with us again going back, because that's not required here. That's for the slurry. The only thing which is going to be staying here is the Manitou. In fact, I'll just leave them both there for the time being. Right, water. Oh yeah, facing the wrong way. Water first of all. The sheep will take quite a bit of water, but nowhere near as much as the cows. So we should probably be left with 75% of a tanker. Nope. Taking quite a bit. Ooh, they did take quite a bit, but yeah, nowhere near as much as the cows. So that's that one done. Just put that over here. At some point we're going to have to come and sell the wool, which is going to be worth quite a bit. Hopefully, that's a great demand again. Right, so that needs to be stopped as well. There we go. First things first, I'm going to take off the pallet forks. Yeah, my Satex side panel is just starting to play up a bit. I've got about 1,000 hours on it though. Real hours. So it's kind of understandable that it's starting to be a bit sticky. For some reason one of the controls is a bit messed up. Which one is it? I think it might be if I boom out. Is it boom out? It's working fine there. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's just unfold that. And we'll pick up some of these. They're going to need quite a few. It looks like we've taken most of them. Yep. And I haven't got the extensions up, I don't think, so it's only picking up 2. But as long as I can get them in here, it doesn't really matter. Just take everything. Yeah, it took everything. All 4 of them. So that's good. They can take another one. I want to completely fulfill it, because otherwise we're going to be coming back here again in the next few episodes. It needs to suffice for 6 days, because I don't really want to keep coming back here. So yeah, you can just have... Well, you can have another 2 actually. Because one of them can stay just next to the trough, and then when it is needed, it would be accepted and it would obviously go into the trough. There we go. Fantastic, there we go, look. All done. Perfect. Just the cows which need to have more work. Right, so yeah, that can stay here. I'll just put it in the shed. I would have thought it would be in the next episode when we come and sell, or at least come and move the wool. Brilliant. Okay, time to head back. At this rate, the slurry tanker, or the slurry spreader, will have actually finished. And I do want to do some myself. I want to actually make use of the slurry container. Although, there will always be more fields to do, so it's not really a big problem. There we go. Next stop, the main yard. I'll just put the water tanker here. And yeah, we need to get the truck sorted out because I think it might have crashed. But it's not following me anyway, so it must be somewhere down here. Ah, yes, it's got stuck on the gate post. Yeah, so this is our lovely slurry tanker. I'll just keep it out of the way. In fact, it can just go here. Now what I've done is I have just changed the option back, so it's not taking the slurry from the pit anymore, it's actually just taking it straight out of the tanker. It is very close to completion, but at least it's now going to be using what is already up at the field, instead of just taking it from here and making that useless. Now, what I want to do is just move this muck spreader. Because I didn't think it would be a problem being here, but actually, it is totally in the way. I didn't think it would at all. Right, that's good. And if we do have time, I'm going to head up there and finish off. That needs to be spread on the land. But yeah, because we have so much slurry, everything we use from now on is likely going to be slurry instead of manure. We'll probably sell the manure, but I have been told that you can sell slurry as well over at the BGA. So yeah, we might well do that. Let's just see where the tractor is. There it is. Ah, the final piece. What good timing. We can save a bit of work and money anyway. We're quite capable of finishing off. So yeah, here we go. The end of the slurry spreading. Until we have to do for number 8 and 18. And then we've got 2 silage fields, or 2 maize fields, 19 and 20. They're going to have to be harvested and then spread slurry as well. So actually, we're going to be getting quite a lot of this spread over the coming episodes. And then we'll fill this up before we leave the field. Take it out of the container, because yeah, you shouldn't move the container with anything in because it's just too heavy. This John Deere tractor does work with this machine very well, and I think it performs better than I'd expect with the manure spreader as well, because that is really heavy. It's a big machine. Anyway, there we go, that's finished, the whole lot is done, so we'll fold it up, go and refill it, and then I suppose take it back to the yard for the time being, even though it is going to be used. We actually did buy a field as well for number 7, which I'm yet to do anything with. I think it might be a potato field. I still want to do potatoes. I said I was going to do them. I did want to do them in a big field, like 54 actually. This is the perfect field. But I just really do wonder if it's going to be too much. We did do this field as sugar beet, and theoretically it shouldn't take any longer, but it was a big job. And yeah, I just don't know if we're going to be able to afford to put that amount of money into the machinery. I don't know. Post your opinion down below. Do you think we should do potatoes, or shall we do a different crop? How much do we have left in here? It does go down fairly quickly. It gets consumed quickly. But yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly how much. It looks about 50%. I'd say it's about 50% full. So it's taking a vast amount of weight out. Good. Well, we'll leave it there for the time being, and we'll probably come back to it and fill up the slurry spreader at some point before we move it. I want to move it empty. It would not be a wise idea to move it full again. It did work in Farming Simulator, but it wouldn't have worked in real life. We would have left the axle a few miles back. There we have a very lonely oak. This field here needs to be cultivated or just direct drilled. We can do either. It probably should be cultivated first, but yeah, there's nothing stopping us from direct drilling. So that is coming up in the next few episodes. But when we have put this away, I'm going to give you a time lapse because I've got to do quite a lot of feeding. The cows are obviously desperate for a variety of different things. In fact, I'll just do the straw first of all, then I'll time lapse the feeding of the silage, potentially power food, and anything else they may require. Where shall I put this? Probably isn't worthy of being undercover, but oh well. It does carry slurry all day after all. The tractor is going to be on the feed mixer, so that does need a wash. I will give it a wash. All this contamination and all that. And just keep the farm as clean as possible. Not the cleanest farm as possible. I do talk some rubbish. Anyway, yeah, just quick rinse. It'll make it look tons better. Okay, that's good enough, I think. Over to the feed mixer, which is somewhere, but I've forgotten. Probably in here. Hopefully in here. Otherwise I really will be stuck. Okay, it isn't in here. That's alright, it's on the case tractor. Anyway, as this was positioned in front of the grass, I'll just get a load of grass first, but yes, I do need to do the straw, as I just mentioned. And then everything else can be done as a time lapse. Is that full? Yeah, it's quite a messy way of doing it, but it does work. One more. There we go. Right. We're going to have to move the case tractor out of the way. But that isn't a problem. I don't think I'll be bringing this tractor back in here again, because the front loader does make it very difficult to make the turn. It's already a very difficult turn, so having the extra front loader on makes it even more difficult. But that's alright. Now for this load, and then we'll do the straw, like I said. And finally we'll do a time lapse of most likely power food, but it could be anything. It could be more straw, it could be more grass. Prepare position 2. Oh good, there's no collision. And then, oh, there is there though. Great. Okay, drop. Drop! That could have gone better. But they are, well, some of them have accepted, so we'll just give them a nudge and they should be fine. Perfect. Do they want any more? Yes, they do. That was not enough for them. It's hard to believe, but it really wasn't. Okay, straw, and yes, we'll give them some more grass later. The bale's facing the wrong way, so I need to give them a nudge first. I could really do with one of those bale pushers. It actually would rotate the bale. You put it on the front 3-point linkage. However, the front weights work just as well. Right, there we go. Get a full load. It might be better to actually just put them out here and then push them in with the tractor and front loader, because clearly it just goes a bit too berserk if I was to put it in there. So just in front is better. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Move it back out of the way again and jump into the case, and we'll just hopefully be able to push them in. Depends how we go. Oh, wrong thing. Hopefully it has the power for it. If not, we'll have to do a bit of a crash push. Have a run up, crash into them. Yeah, it's moving them. It is moving them. Brilliant. And finally, we have one left. Is that one too many? It is. How annoying. That's very annoying. Anyway, we'll leave it. We'll come back to it and, yeah, enjoy the time lapse. Right, well there we go. That is everything done. So I haven't given them the extra grass bale. It really isn't necessary at this stage. But power food, it's a problem. They have enough now for at least one episode. However, we've run out of hay. And we can't really make the power food without the hay. So we're going to have to buy some in just for the next batch. And then we'll probably do this big field here as hay. And then we can obviously completely replenish our supply. So yeah, we've got absolutely loads of grass. And we've got quite a few straw. It's just we've always been very short on the hay, so yeah, it just needs to be done. But that's it for today. The cows are much healthier than they were. The sheep are perfect. 201 sheep and 161 cows. Blimey. We really have been feeding them some good stuff. Anyway, until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.